Hey everyone, welcome to Infinite Realms. Today, I'm going to talk about a few things, but first, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Help feed that out. Help this channel grow because it needs to. It needs to grow, man. I mean, got any Viagra for channels? We need it. Okay, so I could get the analogy that you're the Viagra, but yeah, that's getting into weird territory. So today, just a thought that crossed my mind, and it's a valid point, but does it work? So my teenage daughter decided today. By the way, I should point out she's actually my stepdaughter, but I always call her my daughter. So just to be clear, and my stepsons always call my sons. So just to be clear, so I may reiterate that at other times when this becomes relevant. But my daughter was talking about some music she liked, and I simply said I didn't like it. Me and my wife are big music buffs, and we both didn't like it. She turns to us and said, "Well, you're old. That's why you don't get it." I sat there for a minute and I went, hmm, is that the case? Is it that we got old? Or does it suck? I started running this through my head and thinking about things, and so, of course, I'm doing this series on comic books, the comic book box I bought. And I do have to say, in that I've done this a few times where it's like some of the closer to modern stuff, I'm kind of going, eh. And the classic stuff, I'm going, ooh. Now, I sit here and I'll just say, watch the videos for yourself. I think I back up my stuff pretty good, but you be the judge. And I'm only talking about these specific comics themselves, not comics in general. So, if I'm talking about a very specific thing, then I'm showing you examples while I'm talking about it. That seems to me to indicate I'm on to something. Just say. But in that, I do have to admit, a lot more of the modern stuff is getting less praise from me. I won't say all. Now, is that because I got old? Can't accept new ideas? Or was it actually better? And there's a very specific instance I'm thinking about in this that will be airing around July, mid July, and you might see it. Because I pulled the previous comic in and show you. I mean, I actually show you what I'm talking about. And it's a case where the old was so much better than the modern in that instance. And I think it's an allegory for and a metaphor for sometimes it is you're getting old. Sometimes it's just the stuff that people are churning out sucks. It goes both ways. Music, ooh, yeah, I know music is subjective, but honestly, there's still good music out there. It's hard to find, but it's out there. I mean, my joke has always been that the record companies have gone out of their way to make sure that they produce music nobody wants to steal. Because now nobody wants to steal that shit. But there is still good music out there. Where do you find it? It's difficult. It's very, very difficult to find really actually good music anymore. And even when you find something good, it's like, it almost tricks you. It's like, oh no, I'm not quite as good as you think. You just think I'm good because, yeah, it gets weird. But every now and again you can hear a song. It's like, oh, that's cool. I've never heard anything like that. And then after a while, you're like, yeah, and I wonder why I haven't heard anything like that. Because after a few plays, it gets freaking annoying. That that happens a lot. So then You take that from music, apply it to comic books. I'll just be honest. I mean, the majority of modern comics, I don't like them. I don't like them at all. I don't like what's going on with Spider-Man. I don't like what's going on with X-Men. I mean, those are two really prime examples of things I don't like that are currently happening. You can like them all you want to. I don't. And I say the sales indicate probably a reason why, why these are doing badly is the stories suck. Now, you can argue with me. You can disagree with me. I know people like to pull in the manga numbers from the bookstores and then say, oh, look, comics are doing great. Yeah, manga's doing great. American comics are not. And that's crazy when you consider all the movies we've got out with these guys. So, again, stepping back a moment, what about movies in general? Some are going to say, oh, it's mired by the superheroes. Well, I'm not going to say you're not wrong there. There's a lot of superhero movies now. And in fairness, Marvel is not where it was. It, it's not doing what it should have been doing. This isn't as strong as it was. Again, in that I did enjoy Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange. Thought that was a decent movie. I thought it was equally good to the original Doctor Strange movie. That's me talking. I'm one of those guys that thought Thor Ragnarok leaned a little too heavily into the silly. And then Thor Love and Thunder did lean into it a little more. Though again, people had me so downturned on that movie by the time I got to it. Oh, wait. So it isn't all silly. It is silly in places, but yeah. So that one was a case of you downplayed it so badly, but then when I saw it, it wasn't as bad as everybody made it out to be. That's not meaning it's great or it's good. It's just not bad. Okay, it's mediocre in the middle. Not where all the other Thor movies are really. So then I start thinking about okay, what other movies? Now we're also stuck in a bunch of remakes, reboots, all that crap. So it gets really, really hard to judge movies in the modern times with all that. I mean, we just now hit the remake of The Little Mermaid being released in theaters, and uh, I'm so sick of live action remakes of of animated movies. Just I can't get behind it. I couldn't get behind it with Beauty and the Beast. Couldn't get behind it with Lion King, even though ironically Lion King ends up being animated, even though it's live action. It's weird. Yeah. Yeah, I bet you never thought about that one, right? I thought about it too, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Uh, I can't. It bothers me. It's just like I don't want to deal with this. And people are trying to defend it, and then there's the race thing going on with it. It's like, no, stop. It's not. That's not the problem. I don't care. I care that it's live action when it was animated. I don't like the transition of the two. So you could probably do a decent Akira, maybe Vampire Hunter D, maybe. I mean, you could probably do those two in live action. There's not many you can do in live action though. Really not. I mean, there's not many movies you could do in live action that from an animated movie. My opinion. Again. So then, I'm like, okay, is entertainment gone downhill? Then I was like, yeah, okay, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Love that movie. That was an incredible film. Came out, of course, came out last year, won Best Picture and everything. I thought that was one of the most amazing films I've seen in a very, very, very long time. I mean, I can't even begin to compare it to any feeling I've had with any other movie. It was just so good. And I really, really adore that movie. So then I'm like, okay, so I am open to new things. And I literally only watched that from word of mouth. So that was it. I watched that from word of mouth. People just said, it's a great movie. You need to watch it. What's it about? Well, it's multiverse stuff, but I can't really describe it. And, I've tried to do a review on that movie several times, and none of them do it justice. I mean, it's just. So, keeping that in mind. Okay. I just had that in entertainment. So, okay. Hmm. And it seems like a lot of people agree with me on that movie. That was a really great movie. So again, if I'm old and can't accept new things, how did that get in? Exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And it doesn't mean I don't have my favorites, and it doesn't mean I look back, I'm nostalgic necessarily. I mean, I have my favorites, obviously. Looking back on things, I mean, yeah, it's weird. I mean, but I do think overall, not everything, entertainment has gotten a lot less. I don't like Taylor Swift, man. I'm telling you right now, I don't like Taylor Swift. Ain't no damn way I'm spending $1,000 on a concert ticket for her. I wouldn't spend $1,000 on something I like for a ticket. That's ridiculous, man. But people spending all this money to go to Taylor Swift, it just floors me. You guys are really stuck in. I mean, I can remember when concert tickets were like $25, dude. And it really wasn't that long ago. I mean, you think, well, that's a long time ago. No, it wasn't. It really was not. I mean, what the hell happened? And why did we accept it? We fed the demon, I guess. We fed the dragon. Dragon got greedy. Well, that'll happen. So yeah, music has gone downhill. Comic books have gone downhill. I would say movies have gone downhill. Um, I mean, I'm trying to think of any other movie besides Everywhere, Anything Everywhere All at Once that really that I really liked in some way. And like, again, I'm drawing blanks. And it's not. I know I've seen movies that I like in that time frame. I just can't think of them. I mean, they don't leave that kind of impression on me. They don't reach into the top 10 list of my favorite movies because they're not quite that good. I mean, that's it. That's the problem. They're not quite that good. Oh yeah, they're good. Everything Everywhere All at Once reached into that top favorite movies. It's one of the very few in modern times that did, but whoa, did it? It was fantastic. I don't think it's that I'm stuck in the old ways or anything like that. I don't want, you know, the Claremont burn years of X-Men again. I don't want to go back to that. I want to see what evolves past that because I don't like what's happened here. And I mean, it's just simply, I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks now. And yeah, obviously, there was an evolution to get to now. And I don't like the evolution track that it took. It did not gel with me. It did not work with me. It seemed to go against some characters. Looking at you, Cyclops, and you know, it never resonated. So in the end, what does it mean? Will we throw the baby out with the bathwater? No, 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 no. I keep always saying devote your energy and your money to what you like. Do not support it if you don't. I mean, don't be, don't be reading X Men if you are just sick and tired of this whole story, Krakoa storyline. If you were sick of it, dump it. I know it's getting ready to change. Dump it anyway. Give them a message. Say this sucks. If you don't like a movie, don't watch it. Unless you think you're gonna like the movie, then you try to watch it. And if you end up not liking it, well, you lesson learned. Okay, but don't watch it if you don't think you're gonna like it, or watch it if you think you will. I mean, to me, it's simple. That's where you direct your attention. I didn't go see Avatar: Way of Water in theater because I thought Avatar was a very derivative movie. I may watch it if it comes on Disney Plus. I may not. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Weird, huh? Now, when the CW first started with Flash, I really liked that series. Liked Arrow too. First couple of seasons of both those were really good. Held on to them for a couple more seasons, but after a bit, boy, did they get shit. Now, I've heard the final season of Flash, it actually ended up being pretty good. I'm not going to watch the other two seasons to try to figure, to try to keep up with this. I will watch the last season. Maybe I'll be lost on a couple of points, but it doesn't matter because I'll give it a try. I heard first part of the last of the season 9 is pretty hard to get through, but once you get through that, it gets pretty good. So we'll find out. Wrestling. I quit watching 10 years ago. Still catching highlights. I keep up with it. I do the same thing with comics. Do the same thing. You know, I keep up because I have hope. I have hope that things will get better. Rarely does, but I have hope. You never know. Okay, so I guess that'll wrap up my ramblings for today. Thank you for watching Infinite Realms and listening to me babble on. Don't forget to like and subscribe.